morning everyone. So today we are on a walk. It's Eva here. Alan's with me, but I'm not sure if he'll do much talking this one. We'll see how we go. But we are at Big Ben. Obviously Big Ben is very, very famous in London, and you can see the kind of outline of the building just surrounding it is Parliament. It's about, what's the time, Alan? 7 something, or is it 8 now?
Just past 8.
It's just past 8 a.m. on a Saturday in September. Really beautiful blue sky, staying sunny, so we've got a lovely backlit on Big Ben there. Big Ben's actually currently covered in scaffolding, which is really unfortunate. I think that's happening for a few more years, and I believe it cost multi-millions to do.
1 billion maybe.
Yeah,
probably millions.
Of the taxpayers' money. So this is what, this is what our tax is currently going towards. But I guess it's a huge landmark in London. It brings in a lot of tourism, so making sure that it stays prim and looking good, I guess, is important. So a little fact for you, Big Ben is actually the name of the bell inside the clock tower, and the clock tower's official name is Elizabeth II. It was renamed in the past few years for our Queen, because she's now the longest reigning Queen. Before that it was for Victoria. So there's a little fact for you about Big Ben. Today's walk, we're going to be walking from Big Ben right round and down this street here, and we're going to be going to Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square. On the way you're going to see a lot of incredibly beautiful grand buildings, and
so
also
this is Parliament Street?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also you'll see Downing Street as well. If I just pan this way before we walk down Parliament Street, you see this statue here? That is Churchill. Apparently Churchill said he didn't want a statue to ever be made of him. He didn't want birds shitting on him. And so they coated his statue in something that supposedly stops that happening, but I mean, I can see from here, you guys probably won't be able to pick it up, his head is covered in shit, so that didn't work. And that's Parliament Square, so a lot of the time protesting will happen there, where people will camp out. I think they have to put in a notice to be able to camp out there and protest there, and once you've got your notice cleared, you can kind of set up. And then this other building just here, you can see there, that's Westminster Abbey, where most recently you would know of from Prince William and Kate Middleton getting married there. It's really huge abbey. I've never been inside myself, but maybe one day we can do that. If you want us to do a close-up tour of the abbey and then walking through there towards Victoria, let us know, because we can definitely do that. So now we're going to head down Parliament Street, called Parliament Street obviously because there's Parliament right there, and we will be heading towards Downing Street as well, which is where the Prime Minister lives. Very, very old history here. I mean, you can just see from the buildings, very regal, very expensive area. It's just all going to be kind of like white, what do you call these, it's not a brick and it's not marble, concrete. Yeah, so it's just all very white. There's a lot of columns and pillars. That's actually quite cool, because you've got the shadow from the sun of the building, which is just to my right. I think maybe we should cross the road here, Alan, up this upcoming crossing, just so that we can get a closer view of Downing Street when we pass it. So you can see here it says this bus stop is closed, but these are the buses that come down this area from Trafalgar Square, and it's a pretty straightforward walk. It's not too complicated, it's basically straight the whole way. I'm gonna go around. Can I? Is it safe? Maybe not, because a bus is coming.
Let's go under here.
Yeah.
Not worth the few seconds that you'll save.
Exactly. Well, it's not. I just want you guys to see things. So there's probably one of the areas in London where scaffolding is dressed up like this, because it's such an important area. And we're just about to have a view of a typical London pub. My favourite London pubs are those like this one, where it's on a corner with flowers, very pretty. This is Derby Gate. You can see this pub getting a food delivery here. And just to my right actually is the River Thames. So we are very close to the river there. So down this street there's a lot of monuments for World War One and World War Two. So a lot of times when it's memorials or D-Day or memorials or anything like that. And then we also have in November Remembrance Sunday. The Queen and some of the royals and our Prime Minister will come and lay down a wreath where these monuments are. You can see there's someone cleaning up the streets at the moment. As I said, it's a Saturday morning, so a lot of carnage in these kind of areas at night just because we're so close to the West End here. So that London bus that's just passed is one of our newer buses. It's called a Route Master. For a while they were called Boris buses because when Boris Johnson was... It's green, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, this guy scared me half to death, but it's green. When Boris Johnson was our Mayor of London, he brought back the Route Master. So for a while, yeah, they were called... Well, Londoners called them Boris buses. Okay, we're going. Yeah, it's empty there. But we'll just call them buses now. But officially they are Route Masters. Some of you might know the really old Route Masters in London where the back door was open so you could jump on and off.
Yeah.
And Alan has a funny story. So when me and Alan were growing up, we had the original Route Masters still en route. And Alan has a funny story about those when he was a little boy as well.
What was the story? I can't
You didn't
remember.
get on the back and your dad did.
No.
Or was it your brother?
No. That's on the tube.
Oh, on the tube?
Yeah.
What was it with the Route Master?
I think a family friend fell from the upper deck on the Route Master.
Oh, what, off and out the door?
Not out the door, but they were very dangerous.
They were?
Open back because people could jump in anywhere, and people would tend to just jump out on the middle of the road, not
true.
At a bus stop.
Yeah, so many people would get.
And I'm sure there were multiple injuries and possibly even deaths.
Why did I think, was it your brother who got left out of a...
No.
Didn't get on in time?
No.
If I had a dream or something. Good job you're here, otherwise I would have been like, Alan had a great story. No.
Just to add, I feel like Boris gets a lot of credit, for example, for the bikes as well, even for the buses, and I'm not sure even those were his plans.
I
think the bikes, they were known as, so it was, first of all, it was called the Barclays bikes.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ken Livingstone, who was the
really?
London mayor, who initiated that.
Wow, okay.
Plan.
Well.
And then it was just Boris that actually
kind of finalised it.
it.
You could probably tell by our tones that we're not massive Boris fans. Anyway, just here in this very, very, very gated area is Downing Street. I shouldn't get in trouble for filming because we have freedom of speech in England and you can come here, kind of shout whatever you want. Obviously if it's too offensive then you'll get in trouble and you'll get arrested. Some people do sometimes, and I think that it causes a lot of arguments because of freedom of speech. But you can see I think a lot of protesting has been happening with people coming here a lot. Quite high security, there's a police van there. Also in the borough of Westminster, so this kind of area, they have their own metropolitan police, and so they'll be in red vans and red cars, which you can see there, whereas typically for the rest of London they'll be in a white car. Got someone who's going to be driving in. Let's see how this turns out. So yeah, just down this street is 10 Downing Street where the Prime Minister lives. So this guy's coming out of the gate just I guess to check. We've got a photographer here. It's all happening. I've never seen someone drive in myself. So we'll see how this goes. You can see here it now on the street corner. I'm not sure if it's going to be too sunny for you there, but it says Whitehall SW1 City of Westminster on the street sign. The SW1 is for Southwest 1. So in Southwest London, 1 is our zone. So we're very, very central right now. And it looks like they've approved this guy and he's going to be driving in. Sorry, I can't show you more. But yeah, looks like they're kind of waiting for a while, I think, just to approve this guy. So looks like he's going to get in. So you can see there's lots of horse manure, or shit, as we could say. I just don't know if we're allowed to swear on YouTube anymore. But yeah, there'll be quite a few horses around here. As we get closer to Trafalgar Square now, heading away from Downing Street, we should start to see some royal guards at some point, I believe. I just want to show you this monument here as well on my right. This monument here is for the women of World War II. So a lot of places during the World War II, and especially in England and in London and all of Great Britain, whilst the men were at war, women took up their jobs. I think a lot of buildings were even finished off being built by women. Some bridges were finished off being built by women. So this is just to commemorate them. You can see it's a very large pavement. So we've got kind of a wall here, which separates where you can enter the building. That was a white police car going by, so not from this area probably. We're actually quite close to Scotland Yard, which is the main Metropolitan Police area. So maybe they came from there. But yeah, you can see on the other side of these bollards is another set of pavement. Just want to try and show you guys some of the detail on these buildings. Just as you head towards the roof, it's really stunning detail, almost a bit gothic looking actually, the minor engravings of them. So if you are getting a bus through here, you can get the 3, 11, 12, 24, 87, 88, so many buses. Here's the 88 bus right now. And where we are right now is Horse Guards Parade. So this statue here is of Field Marshal L. Haig. It says he was the Commander-in-Chief of the British armies in France during 1915 to 1918. And there he is on his horse. So if you're enjoying this video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. My boyfriend and I do a lot of London tour videos walking around London like this. We also travel a lot too, so if you want to see more of Europe and other places in the world, we do videos there too. Only recently started, but feeling really excited about it, so yeah, if you enjoy it, definitely subscribe. Hit the likes, like the like button so that we know you enjoyed it. And we'll have more to come. Also, if you have any requests of videos, please let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to go and do those. Last week we got a request to film around the borough of Richmond, which is a royal borough in London, and we've already filmed that. And that should be up on our YouTube channel already. Ooh, look, we've got a guard just come out. So in here is where the guards will change kind of their watch or parole, I'm not sure what the official term is. Actually, where this black door is here, that's actually we're here a bit early, but that's where a guard on a horse would be. So if you want to see those, this is the place to be. And you can see he's just come out, so probably before the horses and the other guards arrive for the morning, he's taking up his watch. And very famously, the guards in London are known to not move. They won't talk to you, they won't acknowledge you, they won't smile at you, nothing. I mean, they might smile if you're lucky, but it's quite well known that people try to make the guards laugh and do things, and they just won't move. They're very, very dedicated to their jobs. Getting very, very close now to Trafalgar Square and Nelson's Column. I believe if you were to lie Nelson's Column down flat, it would take you from the city straight to the centre of London. That's how long they measured it. And of course in Trafalgar Square at Christmas time, we get gifted, I think, is it from Norway?
Norway, yes.
We get gifted a massive pine Christmas tree. Absolutely beautiful, definitely something worth coming to see. And of course, at Christmas time, we will do a lot of Christmas festivities and festive videos that you can watch. So you'll be able to see that. You can see on my right, we've got some adverts on the buses as well. Very typical, I think, anywhere you go. If you're looking for a West End show, and you're here before the 2nd of November, I really recommend seeing Fiddler on the Roof, which was advertised on that bus. It's incredible. I saw it a couple months ago and I would definitely see it again. Other great West End shows are Come From Away, The Lion King, Wicked. There are so many amazing options in London. Of course, Hamilton, yeah, if you can get tickets. And then of course the classics like Phantom of the Opera, Les Mis. So we've got a huge theatre district here. In the West End, and we're actually really heading towards the West End now. We're very, very close to our end destination. I hope you guys have enjoyed this walk. Stay tuned though, because if you watch till the end, you will see Nelson's Column. I actually really like these corner streets here because they've got that rounded edge to them. Reminds me a little bit of something you might see in Harry Potter with that rounded corner in these streets. Let us know in the comments if you're a Harry Potter fan. We can maybe show you some places that they did some filming as well. So you can see on the right there, the building style changes. We're really in the West End now. This is probably the last of those big white buildings. Here you start to get more of that London West End feel, which is very typical to this area. Straight ahead, can you guys see it? Nelson's Column. It's also surrounded by those 4 lions, which I believe represent Britain. The lions, you know, are there to guard the Queen, I guess. I don't know. I think there is a more of a reason to them. It might be something to do with our colonies or Wales, Ireland, Scotland, Britain. That would make some sense as well. I'll have to look that one up for you guys and let you know in the next video. You can climb on the lions and get a good picture. It's quite hard to get up there though, and often security will tell you not to, so try to find a good time of day. I'd also say I know a really good viewpoint of Big Ben, but Big Ben's covered up at the moment, so if you get to London and it's nighttime, so it's dark, and Big Ben is finally uncovered, then I'll show you the view, where to stand to get the most incredible view of Big Ben at night. So this walk's taken us around 20 minutes, but I have been strolling. If you talk kind of standard speed, you could do it in 15, I think.
That building, the red brick, is quite similar to what you'd find in Belgium.
And Amsterdam, yeah.
And Amsterdam, quite narrow. So these buildings along here.
Yeah, must have some kind of Dutch heritage somewhere along the line. You can see there's another little pub there, the Old Shades it's called. Very narrow, quite tall. Very cute. Just getting closer and closer to Nelson's Column now. Quite an unusually black phone box here. There's another one actually near Charing Cross Station. And I used to joke to Alan that these are the phone boxes that would take someone to the Ministry of Magic. I don't know if they do, I've never proved it. But it is a bit strange that in a city of red phone boxes in this area, there are 2 black ones floating around. So behind the setting of Nelson's Column and Trafalgar Square is National Portrait Gallery. Very, very famous gallery in London. If you like looking at portrait art, that's a good place to go. Okay, good. So one really cool thing about this area is they have very inclusive street signs for crossing, which I think as we get a bit closer I'll be able to show you. This one's just, a red man standard, but actually once that green one lights up, hopefully you'll be able to see it has two women, kind of the logo for women, two of them. So they're very known for their very inclusive street signs, which I think is really cool for this area.
Is that another name for the men?
No, oh yeah, that one is men.
Men.
No, that one's women. Yeah, men it goes up
Does it go up?
with the arrow. See?
Ah.
So I'm going to try to get as close as possible so you guys can see. There we have it. So that's two women, and then sometimes they have it where it's a woman and a man, a man and a man, and they also just do individual male and female signs. It looks like this next one we're going to get when we cross is for both genders. So whether you associate male or female, neither, both, either, this next street crossing will be for you. And I think part of it is to celebrate Pride. The West End is strong for their gay clubs, Pride, everything like that. And us Londoners try to be inclusive of everyone. I can't guarantee every Londoner will be, but I wouldn't say you're a proper Londoner unless you are. There we go. Again, I'll try to get as close as possible. Oh, we missed it. Can you guys see the outline? Hopefully you got that one. It kind of went a bit quickly. But yeah, cool to come and see here the different street crossings. The whole way around Trafalgar Square's little roundabout here. And there you can see the lions with the National Portrait Gallery behind it, and Nelson's Column, which I'm going to get a bit closer to end the video. You can see how tall it is. Let's cross this way. So obviously at the moment we're kind of in a roundabout area, so we have to use the crossings to get onto the main part. We're going to be filming another video very soon, heading down Strand, which is the street just to my right here. Very famous street, houses the Savoy and a lot of really famous places. Supposedly down there is also a pub where they plotted for the gunpowder mission, which you guys would know from Guy Fawkes. So if you want to hear more about that and see more about that, that video should be maybe already out or coming very soon. We can cross quickly here. And this is Trafalgar Square. You can see now how big the column is that we're closer.
How old that police car is.
Oh my goodness! That doesn't even look like a real police car. It must be fun driving around in that.
80s or 90s.
Yeah. It looks like it's dressed up for Halloween or something.
Yeah. Is that a real police car?
I don't know.
Is that a service policeman?
I don't know, something strange there. Looks like he stuck the police sign on himself. Yeah. Also, actually, if you just head straight down there, you'll get to the mall, and that's where Buckingham Palace is down there. So, again, we can do another video another time on how to get to Buckingham Palace if you want us to. Got some old kind of London lampshades here as well. Let's get a bit closer to a fountain so you can actually get a feel of what Trafalgar Square is like. So the main middle fountain isn't on at the moment. Most of the time it is. Probably just the time of day is still a bit early. But really beautiful. You'll often see a lot of tourists sitting here taking pictures. And there's another one over there as well, a really nice fountain. You can come and sit here. There's a few benches around, get some pictures. Canadian Embassy is right there as well. And there's the lions. Right guys, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed going on this walk with us today. Seeing Nelson's Column, and there is a Big Ben. Oh yes, I said I would show you the amazing view, and actually you can slightly see it here. I'm actually just going to go under here to be able to show you guys. So if you want to come here and get an amazing view of Big Ben, this is the place to get it. The clock is actually still visible. You can still see the time. It says it's 8:25 currently. It might not pick up on this camera because obviously from my eyesight it's easier to see. But if you come and stand right here by this lion and you look straight down Parliament Street, see that right at the end? That is Big Ben. And when it's lit up at night and there's no scaffolding on it, it is absolutely stunning and a must-see for an incredible view of Big Ben. Okay guys, wrapping up now. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye!